Hello guys, welcome to Code Studio. In this session, we will discuss about multilinear regression model. So before learn multilinear regression model, we must know what is linear regression. Okay, so we have already covered this video on the linear regression in our machine learning tutorial 1 video. Okay, so please check that video to know more about linear regression algorithm. So basically, it is one of the machine learning algorithm which tells that output of given data is linearly related or progressing with its input values. I mean, there will be a linear relationship between its input variables and its output variable. Basically, there are two types. That is, one is a simple linear, and the second one is a multilinear regression model. If the input variable is one, then we call it as a simple linear regression, and if the inputs are multiple, then we call it as a multiple linear regression. Okay. So today we will work on multiple linear regression model. In multiple linear regression model, y, that is output variable, is dependent on multiple input variables like here x1, x2 till xn, and coefficients like m1, m2 till mn plus intercept c. Okay. So here is the data set on which we will try to implement the multiple linear regression model. Okay. Basically, this is the data set of 50 startups where we have the expenses as a input features and its profit as a output feature. Okay, so we have expenses features like R&D spend, administration spend, and the marketing spend based on the states. Okay, and its profit. So let's jump into the Jupyter notebook, and we'll try to write a machine learning program to build a model. So here is my Jupyter notebook. Let's open the Python shell. First of all, we'll try to create a data frame to read the data set. Let me import the pandas library. Let me create a data frame. Okay. So now let us see some basic information which can help us while while doing the data preprocessing activities. Okay. So basically, here is the data set. Okay, we have around 4 features, and one is profit. Okay, as a target or output variable. Let me see the columns or feature types. So basically, these are the 4 features having a float as a data type, and the state is object. That means it's basically the categorical feature. Okay. Let us see how many records are there in the data set. So using shape, we can find that. So basically, we have a 50 rows and 5 columns. Now we'll start some data preprocessing activity. So first step would be handle the missing values. So let us see first of all what feature has a missing values. Okay. So for that we have a method called isNull. Okay. So tf isNull. Here is the command. So with this we can find like the administration. Okay. This feature having a one missing row. The null row. Okay. So basically we have to handle this feature, okay, for that particular record. Before handling, okay, we have options here. Okay, either we can remove this missing data row, okay, using a drop NA, or else we have to fill with some values. Okay, so first option is removing the record from a given data set. So for that also we have to think how many records actually we got it. So we have only 50 rows, right? So if I remove, data set size will get decreased. Okay, so it is not a good idea to remove this row. So what I'll do, I'll try to fill with some values. So what value has to be filled for this missing data, that has to be find out, right? For that, let's try to describe that column, that is administration, okay, using a describe method. As per the description, we can find what is the mean value of this feature, what is the standard deviation, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, right? So by this we can understand, if I fill this administration feature with the mean, okay, around this, then it will be it will be helpful, and it will not imbalance the data set as well. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll fill that missing value with mean of this administration feature. Okay, how to do that? Let's see. So basically using fill NA, okay, we can achieve our requirement. Use this fill NA, okay, in bracket with what value you would like to fill that the null data. So basically I want the mean of this feature. Okay, dot mean. Here is the command, okay, to fill the missing data. So it's filled. So let me run this command again and see if we have any missing data. So it's been filled now. Okay, so we have handled the missing data. Now we'll try to handle the categorical feature. Okay, so in our given data set, the state is a categorical feature. Okay, so this has to be converted. So basically, because machine learning models basically work on the number type of features. Okay, so because of that reason, we have to convert this state. Okay, so using get dummies, we can convert these categorical features into numbers. Okay, we call it as what are one hot encoding technique. Okay, so first of all, let me create a dummy variable. So using get dummies, we can convert, we can apply one hot encoding technique on the state feature. So here is the command. So let me run this command, get dummies. Okay, so once I apply get dummies on this state column, okay, basically we have a around 3 states basically. So basically the California, Florida and New York. Okay, so whatever the categorical features the values will have, those many number of columns will get created using this method called get dummies. Okay, so in my data set we have 3 values, California, Florida and New York. So that's why now it has created a 3 columns for that values. Okay, okay, so now I can concatenate these features with my the data set. Okay, and I can drop the state feature because I already got the the converted values, right? Okay, before that, yeah, if I concatenate these the state dummies features with the data set, there will be one issue occurs. Okay, we call it as a dummy variable trap. Okay, and due to this the problem, that is the dummy variable trap, our machine learning model may not give good results, or may not predict a good results. Okay, so what is dummy variable trap? Okay, basically it's a scenario which occurs if there is the independent variables are collinear. Okay, mean one or more variable are the highly correlated. Okay, I mean in simple terms, okay, using two or more variables, we can predict the third variable. Okay, let's see how. Okay, so basically let's take an example of this case only. Okay, so basically California, okay, will be indicated by the 1. Okay, this row, okay, have the California as a state, and for a New York this one will be, okay, for a Florida this one will be, right? So now let's suppose if I take only these 2 features, and we'll try to find out whether I can find out which record will belong to the California. Okay, so Florida 0, New York. So basically this record is relevant to New York state. Now second state, it's a Florida 0, New York 0. Okay, so I can treat this as the California. Okay, because the third record, okay, the Florida is 1, New York is 0, right? So this record is belong to Florida state. So basically the mid record, I can treat this as the California state, right? So using these 2 variables, I can predict the second the third variable value, right? So basically I do not need this dummy variable anymore. Okay, so if I use this also along with in my data set, then then this scenario will be comes under dummy variable trap. So to avoid that dummy variable trap, we can we can remove any one of the this feature. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll try to drop the first feature. Okay, that is a California. Okay, so only one argument I have to pass. Let's see what is the argument. Drop first. Okay, let me run this and see. Okay, so now I have removed the California state. Now I have only 2 features, that are Florida and New York. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll try to concatenate these features with my data set. So using the concat method, I can combine these 2 data frame and these dummy features. Okay, pd dot concat. Okay, basically here is my data frame, so I'll take this as a 1, comma, states. So I would like to combine these two, okay, data frames based on the column. Okay, so I'll give access as a 1. Okay, let us see. Okay, this has been now concatenated with my parent data set. Now I do not need any more, the state feature, so I'll drop this. So now we are done with the missing data and categorical feature. Now we will split into the x and y variables, that is the features and labels. Okay. To get the x variable, okay, I have to drop this profit feature, the profit as output variable. Okay. Similarly, to get the y variable, I'll have to use this command, okay, to store only the profit. Let us see. Okay, so I can see all the features in my x variable. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll try to split this data set into train and test set. Okay, for that I have to import the SQL and dot model selection library with the train test split class. Okay, now let me split the data set into the train and test set. Okay, the test set size would be 20% out of this data set. Okay, so here's a command. So x train, x test, y train, y test. Okay, here is the class. So these are the arguments. So x, y, test size I'm giving 20. Okay, the random state would be 0. Okay, let me check the length of the x train and y x test. So basically my x train has 40 rows and now x test has 10 rows. Okay, as we have already split the data into a train set and test set, now we can implement the model. Okay, now to implement the linear regression model, we have to import a library called sklearn.linear model, and the class would be linear regression. Okay, so basically here is the library. Okay, sklearn.linear model, and linear regression will be my a class. So let me create a model object, multilinear. So I just created a model object. Now let me train this model object using fit method. Okay, let me give my training data. Okay, so now my model has been trained now. Okay, now let's predict or validate my test data. Okay, so using predict method we can validate. Okay, so x test. Okay, these are my predicted values for my test data. Okay, now I also have the actual test data, right? So test set. So let me check that and we'll try to compare. See, so basically my predicted value and this is my actual value, which are very close to each other. Okay, the second row, third row. Okay, fourth row. Okay, so like this we can validate. So it is close to the actual test data. Now we'll see what is the score of my model. So using score method we can predict that. Okay, so x test will be my first argument and then the y test. Okay, so this is my score. Basically it is giving around 93%. Okay, that seems to be good accuracy. So guys, that's all. I hope you understand how to implement the machine learning model for a linear regression algorithm. Okay, now you can save this model using a pickle file. Okay, and you can deploy into the production server. I'll upload this code file as well as the data set in GitHub library, GitHub, and I'll also update the GitHub URL in description box. So guys, if you like my video, please click on like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.